Okay. Answer your attendance. Roll call number 1. Pooja Nayak.
Present, sir.
Roll number 2. Roll number 2.
Present, sir.
3. Amruta.
Present, sir.
4. Apurva. 5. Ashintosh. 6. Chidanand. 7. Disha.
Present, sir.
8. Disha. Roll number 8. Absent. Okay. Roll number 9.
Present, sir.
10. 11.
Yes, sir.
12.
Present, sir.
13. 14.
Present, sir.
15. 16. Shreya. 17. Absent. 18.
Present, sir.
19.
Present, sir.
20. 21. 22.
Yes, sir.
23. 24. 25. 26. 27.
Yes, sir.
28.
Present, sir.
29. Prathamesh. 30.
Yes, sir.
31. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 36. 37.
Present, sir.
38.
Yes, sir.
13. 39. Sanjana.
Yes, sir.
40. Sarvesh. 41. 42. 43.
Yes, sir.
45. 46. 47. 48.
Present, sir.
49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 58.
57 present, sir.
57. Okay. 58. 59. 60. 61. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69.
Present, sir.
70. 71. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in between, one of you can respond. I think this is Sagar who responded, or someone else.
Yes, sir. It's Sagar only.
Okay, Sagar, you can respond in between. If I have any questions, I will ask.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, sir, Unix system programming subject. Okay, so here just we'll go through it. Just introduction part. That is nothing but what is there in our syllabus as of now. Okay, so then in detail one by one I will take it. And some people are asking me as a is it a difficult one compared to other subject or not? This is a very easiest subject. Okay, so already and you studied once. I think in fourth semester Unix you already studied it. Okay, so this is a little bit continuation of that, or you can say it is not exactly continuation also. It's a basic thing how will run the Unix system, entire thing environment, how will frame it. Okay, so some basics OS related concepts, whatever you studied in OS subjects, there is theoretical one. Some of you have studied as a page replacement algorithm or memory management or file handling. So internally that's just you know the theory concept. Now how it will exactly it will handle it. So for that purpose what all things are required. So how one process will communicate to one more process. So what is the message between those processes. So those all things we'll study in this subject. Okay, so here this as per syllabus this very less is there. Okay, so less in the sense you started with first two models are related to POSIX only. So okay, so here if you saw that is nothing but Unix and ANSYS systems standards are there. Then ANSYS system related things and difference between C++ and ANSYS system, how it is there. So everything is this is first start part. Okay, so this everything is the nothing but very basic one. Then actually a little bit some POSIX standards will study it. So in that also we have syllabus for POSIX 1. POSIX 1, POSIX point 1 and POSIX point 2a is there. Okay, so in detail we don't have other POSIX standards. So related to that what all macros are there, so how we can configure our system. Okay, Unix system, how we can configure it, that we can study it. Okay, then related to that we'll be having some programs. Okay, and don't get fear as a this is a everywhere it is mentioned as C++, and I know you people are not studied that much C++. Okay, C++, I think introduction one model was there for your for some Java subject together. Okay, object oriented programming whatever was there that time we studied C++, but it was very less. Okay, so here in detail we are not using any C++ that much concepts also. Almost C programming only we are writing it, but C++ compiler we are using it. Okay, so you can use only C compiler also, that is also fine, but now here we are using C++ compiler. Okay, so why you are using C++ compiler here while executing these things is nothing but to make the difference between ANSYS C standard and C++. So that difference also will make it, and how Unix is written in only C, and on top of that how new layers are added, so and how it is making the difference. Those things we will come across. Okay, so after that in Unix in second model, how files and APIs are there, how file systems are built. Okay, and how initially POSIX file systems are built, and what all the basic attributes are given to that. So those things we'll study it. Then difference between again Unix basics POSIX standard attributes and whatever now running it. Not exactly, I'm not saying as a exactly current version. So in textbook whatever we have that versions, that is nothing but Unix platform we had as a something as a, if you consider in your labs. Okay, Ubuntu were running it. So there Ubuntu were running a 17 version. Now currently 22 23 versions, those all are coming it 21 22 23. So here with respect to our textbook we have Ubuntu 11.404 version related information. Okay, so like that some difference will study it. Okay, then how files are handled. So each file should have some handler. Okay, so that how handlers will be taken from the Unix system, and related to that how we are keeping the information to avoid the one user to the one user can use only one file or more number of files, how sharing will happen. For that, any attributes are changing it. Okay, those things will share it. And in a Linux platform or a Unix platform, always we'll be having the files only. Okay, we never have the called as a dictionary. Okay, so dictionary's world is nothing but collection of file names together we are seeing as a one different name, that is a dictionary, but internally it will also stored as a file only. So that internally how it is operating, okay, that will study it. So for that also again one or two small programs will come. Okay, so small programs in the sense I'm saying as a there's nothing but almost you can consider as about 20 to 40 lines of code. Okay, maximum people have fear of coding also. If lengthy programs will be there, yes, one or two are there. Okay, but not that much difficult one. Those are easiest one. So if you have good in the C, okay, and little bit Unix background, it's fine. Okay. So after this, it's a completely then file related things will be there. How will handle it, how symbols will be there. So if you remember in your desktop, you will be having the shortcuts only. Okay, so always you have the shortcuts there, and actually content will be kept in somewhere in your hard disk. So how that both icons will be there wherever you kept in hard disk, there one icon will be there to open it, that is the actual content will be there. And in desktop also you will be having the shortcut, so that shortcut also refers to the that actual physical content. So both how you are handling it, so that we will call it as a soft link actually. Okay, that soft link how it is handling it. Okay, so that soft link or symbolic link we'll call it. So those things how internally were kept in dictionary file. So those things we'll study it in second module. In third, overall, this is the actually core of the our subject actually, you can say it. So how in command line main function will take the parameters. Okay, so whenever you are running a C program, how process will be created. For that process, can we send anything extra? Okay, so by default if you are running any in command line, process will be created. For that process, normally we are saying as a through main it is created. So that is a process can take the parameters also. Okay, so that which parameter it can take it, any IO can it can take, or any file it can take, something else it can take it or not. So how it will handle it, we can send one argument or n number of arguments. So in which sequence we have to send it, those all things will be there. So then memory layout, so if you created one process, so in that how much stack content is there, how much heap related information is there. Okay, so all those things in, and how different variables whatever we created, so those how we are segregated, those kind of things will be there. And from one process to one more process we can create it. Okay, so that is something what parent to child will say it. So both can have same memory or different memory, or we can say it same code section or different code section. So can any one of you answer by default whenever you are creating a child process, same code section will be there or different will be there? Already you studied in fifth sem. At least response in chat. Same section, code section. At least you know what is code section. Data section, code section. Remember in your OS subject only you studied last semester. Am I audible? Sagar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. One of you at least answer. What is the code section? What is data section? No. So whenever you will write any program, okay, that time whatever instructions you are writing it, okay, the instruction is the thing. But suppose if I written small C program, so in that starting I written as a main open bracket close bracket. So inside that int a, so just I have one written one printf statement. So this entire thing is my code section. Okay, and what is data section is int a I written. There is nothing but a is a variable. I'm trying to create a variable. So whenever program will start executing, that time particular memory will be allocated for variable a. So that is a data section. It will hold the data. Okay, so it's a data section kind of. So like that, executing whenever you are doing as a using malloc calloc, that time heap related information will be allocated. So by default, which all variables you are declaring, those all variables will keep it in some other memory. Data section is nothing but all the instructions, okay, we return completely, that is nothing but code section. Okay, and whenever you are creating a new process, okay, so by default both parent and child both will share the code section and data section also initially at the starting very beginning point. So that sometimes we have to change it. So if whoever parent is creating same task, I don't know, child will not do it. So obviously we have to give some different task to it. So that time related to that information, so we have to give particular data only or particular code, so that we can change it. So how we will change it, some apis are there. Okay, that apis we will call it. So normally we say as a here, so fork v fork will create the normally will create the child. Okay, so and after that we will create the exec. Okay, so this is the four different kinds of exec versions are there. So depending on that we'll give a child different task, okay, and different data section and code section also. So which are already executing in that part we can mention it. So how we can mention those things, so in exec functions we'll study it. Okay, and and parent will wait for child to execute it completely, or it will say as a parent itself will vanish and it will run only child programs. Okay, so that time how it has to do it, so it has to wait for it or immediately it has to exit it. Okay, if sometimes if parent is got exited, by default child also will get exited. So that you have to avoid it sometimes. So those all things how we are doing it. So all things will study in model 3. Okay, then related to file, how we are handling the file again, and network related. This file is nothing but network related files. So one terminal to one more terminal, one more network sections, how you are accessing, how groups are created, how sessions are created. Okay, so those all things and permissions to that sessions. Okay, those all things will study in third module. So this is the actual biggest module in our syllabus, and this is a very interesting one. And related to this I will try to get some code also, and I will try to run it. So by seeing the code only, okay, we can analyze more number of things. Okay, so I will try to run the code and I will try to explain all those things. Okay, then fourth model is nothing but signals and daemon process. Okay, so here I think all of you know what is signal. So this is an interactive class. Okay, at least in between unmute yourself and say it. Signals, again this is one you studied in os. See, this I will consider as a, you know the concept little bit, then here little bit programs will come. Okay, don't consider as a entire syllabus is related to programs. Hardly I think 10 to 12 programs will come in your entire syllabus. In that 2 to 3 will be larger size, remaining all are smaller one. Okay, so those all things we will study it, but while writing those programs I will be thinking as a, you know, these all basics one, because you already studied in os. Okay, you know what is signal, response part. Else I'll start pinpointing one person. At least in chat box you can send the message, you know it or not. Okay, one person message, data in transmission is called signal. Okay, okay, any other answer? No, communication between processes. Okay, yes, this is the more relevant actually the answer, because here whatever signals we are saying, it is nothing but in this subject one process to one more process communication related things only we are saying it. And whatever Ketan is replied, that is also data and transmission, it's almost same, but this related to signal is nothing but there actually is related to your computer network subject. Okay, so almost the same thing. It's nothing but one end to one more end some information you are giving it. Okay, so here in this subject what we are considering is nothing but one process to one more process. Okay, so how we are giving the signals, how we are giving the some kind of information in this subject, we are bonded here to process. Okay, so that signal may be within a system or outside the system also. Okay, so how you have to create the signals, how you have to mask it. Okay, so when we require masking is nothing but one signal can be handled by other different particular identified process only. It should not be taken for all the processes. So for that we require some action also, and that action is nothing but we will use some masking kind of things, then we'll give the signals to the different processes. Okay, so those all things, and alarm and trigger, so automatically it has to perform some task. This will normally will call as an interrupt. Okay, so in your mobile also you will keep some alarms. Okay, so those are normally you are using the application, but internally how it is happening. Okay, so how automatically that vector id will come in picture, vector id related one process will come in picture, and it will show as an interrupt. Okay, so those all things we'll study here in detail. So after that actual interprocess communication in fifth model, interprocess communication completely is there. It's the IPC. So here how use the pipelining, message passing, okay, or shared memory kind of things, like that five different kinds of interprocess communications are there. So those all five different things we'll study it. Okay, queues, semaphores, all those things we'll study it, and we'll make the some difference also. So in this model only little bit one or two programs are lengthy in fifth model. Other than that, all remaining fourth model, okay, so very less number of programs are there, and those are easiest only. So if you are comfortable with little bit C also, it's fine, you can study it. So sometimes you require to remember some macro names. Okay, because in POSIX macro names are defined. Depending on that, actually we will take the so particular format or standard which is given for that version. Suppose for POSIX.1, for that whatever standard is given, that we can refer it. And POSIX.2a, so some difference is there, so that difference related small macro change will be there. So like that, remember her, you have to remember the some macro names. Other than that, this entire subject is very easy. So I can say as you can study in 1 or 2 days this entire subject only. Okay, hardly you required 15 to 20 hours, you can finish this entire subject only. It's that much easy. If you attended the IAs, then that time whatever questions you will write it, those questions maximum times it will repeat in your main exam also. And this you have two textbooks. So in that one textbook is almost very small one, that is nothing but it's almost you have the notes only, no need to refer other kind of things only. The textbook itself is almost like notes. Okay, and one more textbook is there, there is nothing but related to model 3. So this, if possible, I will give the notes also. Okay, I will give the PPT plus I will try to give the notes also. Okay, so just now we'll go for basic thing. Or okay, so before going to that, you have any doubts related to subject or anything? Because now onwards whatever will start, it's beginning of your first model also, and again little bit overview of subject also. So before going for that, if any doubts are there, okay, so we'll clarify it. Maybe if you have any fear about this subject also, we'll clarify it. Or you require something extra other than PPT, notes, anything?
Sir, we choose information and network security.
Yes, man. Even in the beginning only I told related to that.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. In recording, I don't wanted to say that one. That's why I told in the beginning. Then only I started recording.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Other than that, IN is subject related. related to till now whatever we studied, or in future whatever we are going to study related to Unix. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can raise it.
Okay, sir.
No doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll continue. Okay, so this is basic definitions. Okay, so basic definition in the sense normally, so here in the beginning class I'm not written exact definitions, just what is POSIX. Okay, so what is difference between little bit ANSI C, all those things are there, so just we'll go through it. Okay, so first one is POSIX. Here POSIX stands for Portable Operating System Interface in Unix actually. Okay, so this in Unix, X is nothing but Unix X that is referred, and remaining things is nothing but POSIX, the portable operating system. Okay, so here, and the POSIX is nothing but it's one standard is made. Okay, that standard for the Unix operating system. Okay, so here IEEE standard designed to facilitate applications portability. So suppose if I developed one application in Unix platform, that has to be executed in other system also. Okay, so it should not depend on only one system. For that purpose, POSIX came with some standards. Okay, so that is only portable operating system. So if you are running it in one operating system here with one system, same application or same file or anything, it has to be opened or it has to be executed that file in the different system also. Okay, those kind of things are standard formed in 1980s only. Okay, so those things we're going to study it here studying. Okay, the POSIX is an attempt to create a single standard version of Unix. So one common platform they tried to do it. So when it started, so that time all this is the open source, so whoever wanted they are keep on adding their own content in this thing. Okay, Unix OS. So instead of making different versions of this one, so they tried to make one standard so that all the things should be run in particular way. Okay, so those all are combined and kept in one standard format, so that is only nothing but a POSIX format. Okay, so here if you saw one small difference in ANSI C and C++. Okay, so what is ANSI C? What is ANSI C? Okay, so whichever programs you have executed, okay, in GCC or some other Turbo C or something versions, so those all are C++ compilers or C compilers.
C compiler, sir.
Only C compiler. Turbo C, how many of you use a Turbo C? Okay, here.
So it's C++ compiler.
Yes, actually it's C++ compiler. So by default, whatever new one, whatever you are using, it by default all are C++ compilers, but we're executing the C code there actually. Okay, so here there were not only executing the we are not only compiling the our C program. You can compile a C++ code also. Okay, but since for our syllabus it was there as a C, so we executed the C only. So whatever compiler still now you referred, because whatever you are referring, all are new versions one. Okay, new version in the sense what from last 8 to 10 years, whatever you are referring to, those all came as a C++ compilers only. By default, those are C++ compilers. So before to that, so like ANSI C or C98, so those all only C compilers. If you written any C++ content, that time it will throw the error. Okay, so nowadays if you mix C and C++ code also, you will not come to know whether this is only C code or C++ code, or you can run it or not. Okay, so by default whatever you are running it, all are C++ codes, and in C++ code you can keep the C content also, so it will not make any difference. Okay, so here we'll take one example. Here if you see, this is the one function is declared. Okay, so that is int4 open bracket close bracket. So if this function is declared as an external function, okay, what do you mean by external function? Can anyone say it? What is external function? You studied all those things. Yes, come up fast. Okay, what is static function? Okay, what is global variable and static variable? Other than Sagar, any one of you respond. Okay, external function is nothing but a function which is declared outside the whatever we are. If you are making a one file, suppose I made as a 1.c, so in that I am writing the code. Okay, so that function, one function I'm creating, that is for. Okay, so this function is not defined here in 1.c. Suppose I'm created one more file 2.c. In that file I am declaring and I am defining this function. Okay, so that time in 1.c if I have as a main, okay, and in 2.c only if I have as a for, and in main I'm calling a for function. Okay, so that time this for function will become as an external function. So in 1.c you should know there is a function called that is a for, which is not there in this file but which is there in somewhere outside. So for that also you will give the declaration. Okay, this is a declaration you are giving it, this kind of things. So whenever you are running in ANSI C, so by default this will be treated like this. Okay, that is nothing but int for dot dot dot. Okay, and in C++ it will be treated as a int for in bracket here wide. So what is dot dot dot? This is the operator you studied in C. What is that dot dot dot? This is nothing but which operator name? Elliptical operator will say it. It's nothing but you are saying as a you can pass one or more number of arguments. Okay, your printf and scanf also defined like this only. That is dot 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 because it's there in SSC. So by default you can pass n number of arguments here. We don't have any restriction, so you can pass it. But if I am declaring in like this in only C++ compiler, only C++ compiler I'm saying, okay, so that time this will consider as a so wide. So wide in the sense what we are saying here is nothing but you can't pass a single argument also, because here in declaration looks like this one is a we can't pass a single argument. So in C++ compiler it is modified and it is given as a internally it will consider as a wide. So if you are trying to pass any arguments to this function, so that time it will give the error. But if it is C compiler, so it will consider the three dots here. Three dots in the sense you can pass n number of arguments, any arguments. So I can pass from that 1.c file, I can pass n number of arguments to the 2.c file, whatever I declared here. Suppose if I am not receiving that any arguments in a function definition, so that time runtime error will get it for this one. But here this is compiling only will get the error. So if you are passing any arguments, so that time you will get the compile time error only. So this is a runtime error will come and system will crash immediately. Okay, so these kind of things will be avoided, and in C++ compiler those are taken care. Okay, so that's why it's declared as a wide here. So internally it's taking as a wide, so you can't pass the even single argument also. Okay, till now any doubts? Okay, so I will stop here only. So after that I will, okay, any doubts, Ketan?
No, sir.
No doubts? Okay, I will stop recording also.